Okay, so welcome back to Gumardee's Coins and Banknotes and another pre-decimal coin. So today we're going to 1925. Previously, I stacked these coins up. So we've done 1912, 1919, and the last coin we're going to do is 1936. So these are 4-pence coins or 3-pence coins, and this one's from 1925. This year had a mintage. Okay, just getting the stats up. 4,347,000. So that's quite a lot of coin, and the population of Australia at the time was, if I can find it, oh god, yeah, 5,939,231. And if we see the 5-cent coins are the lowest coin, or even the 20-cent coin generally as a mintage higher than population, this one is a mintage lower than population, and most of the 4-pence coins are that way. So these lasted quite a long time in circulation, and also these are fairly well worn, but silver's a soft metal, so that's why it's 92.5% silver and 7.5% copper, because it needs another metal to actually strengthen it. This has the first coat of arms of Australia. We have the Southern Cross, the Federation Star, so 1 point for each state, and the last point is for all the territories. Emu, kangaroo, this is not described as any type of species, could be east and western grey, and the red kangaroo, but this form occurs many species. I think there's like 20 species of kangaroo. 1925, and there's no mint mark down below, so this is minted either in Melbourne or Sydney. Vance, Australia. Down below we have some grass. So interesting fact, grass has only became prominent in the last 25 million years, even though they evolved in the Cretaceous probably about 100 million years ago, something like that, along with angiosperms, which are flowering plants. And if you want to know about grasslands, there's a good podcast called Paleocast. They talk about the paleontological sort of fossil history of the world. Okay. On the other side, we have the effigy of George V, not George VI. And this is the Edgar McKennell effigy that was used on most coins that had his effigy, except for the United Kingdom, which use the uncrowned version. The Gratia Britannia Omnium Rex, so it just says, by grace of God, King of all the territories, Defender of the Faith, and Emperor of India. So it says like King of Britain, but Emperor of India. That's pretty interesting. If you turn it around, you can see this one's probably slightly bent. So it looks like something's happened here, and it's bent the coin. So anyway, this grade, my grade, I would say it's probably fine, very good to fine. Well, definitely not very fine. And this side is probably also fine. So it's pretty low grade, but now the only areas you're going to look for are die cracks all over the coin. I think there's like 29 different types of die cracks. This one doesn't seem to have any. A lot of like the weakness will be here, and a lot of die cracks go with the rim. So obviously somehow they've probably put a lot of pressure on this coin to cause those dies to crack. Which some dates that, they're probably not researched much, but they probably don't have as many die cracks. Okay, so here we are on Numistar, and as you can see, you got all the general information. 1.41 grams of metal, 16 millimeters, so quite a small coin. The smallest Australia issued, even smaller than the 1 cent coin. 0.8 of a millimeter thick, so it's a pretty thin coin. Although it's not as thin as something like Lithuanian. Where is it? Yeah, I'll show you in a minute. Anyway, so we can go down and check the mintages. So you got different types of varieties and errors. It's a 1925, 4,347,000. This is what people paid for him in the past. And that's the stats on how many people got it. So 16% of people who own this type of coin have this date. Then you got proofs. So there's no information on how many proofs are minted. It's going to say printed, but that's banknotes. Banknotes are printed, coins are minted. And as you can see, it's on the probably mid-range of the mintage. And the bullion value is $2.74 on the 20th of September 2025. Now that's going to change. If the silver price goes down, that will go down. Okay, so what are people buying for this or paying for this coin? So on eBay, currently we have 177 coins for sale. And that changes day by day depending on what there is. So next day it could go down, could go up. Okay, you can buy a pretty low grade one for $5. Now that includes postage. And just look at all the coins. Yeah, these are all pretty low, probably fine and lower in grade. And as you can see, not very scarce coin. Then as you can see, there's lots of them for sale. Most are pretty low in their grade. So I start from lowest to highest. So all the low price ones are actually low grade. So less than $10 you can get reasonable coin. Okay, if we go down to the bottom, these ones get high grade. So AU 55, 185. Yeah, still it's not a high price. Then we have AU 55 again. Okay, 800. So if you're going to sell one like this, just get it graded, because you're really not going to sell unless you're a trusted seller. And a lot of these people, I have no idea who they are, but that one's quite a nice coin anyway. Now they haven't put a grade, I wouldn't put it as uncirculated. It has too much wear on the actual coin, probably EF at most. Anyway, and wow, $1,000 for that piece of crap. Die crack. Oh yeah, it looks like it does have a die crack, but still it's not worth that much. Yeah, that's definitely overpriced according to me. And no, as you can see, you can actually pick up a pretty good coin for within your budget. Now, I'm not going to say reasonable price because that depends on the person. Some people say, okay, here we have a drop 5, and okay, these 5s are different. So this one's dropped below the 2. This one looks like it's lined up with the 2. Or maybe slightly lower, but not as low as that. Okay, so that's another area you can look for. Most of them look like they're lower than the actual 2. That one looks like it's level, lower. So it looks like the drop 5 pretty much is not that scarce. Looks like most of them are. And the one that's a level, probably not as common, but still not scarce because there's quite a few here anyway. Okay, so that's basically probably the only era or variety that is unique to this coin. Anyway, so I almost forgot what happened in Australia that day. So I like to look at this. Prime Minister Stanley Bruce, apparently he reformed the Australian government at the time to modernise it, and done a lot of work with the CSIRO to get that up and going. And we don't have much going on in the actual year. Okay, Australia's oldest commercial radio station, 2UE starts. So what's 2UE now? Gee, I don't know. Oh, no, it's still going. Started 1925. Yep. It's 100 years old. Like the coin, 100 years old. Okay, you got a flood, which happened all the time. Nothing special. Although it's sad that it kills people. Okay. Millicent Preston Stanley becomes the first woman member of the New South Wales Legislative Assembly, so that's important for Australia. Okay, general election, wetness, and the train derailment. So nothing really of major importance. And then you got births, and then you got deaths. Paddy Hand, prospector. So most of these people are pretty much forgotten. So basically 2025, I forgot this coin is 100 years old, being 1925. So that's a coin that's older than me, older than most people alive today. And as you can see, my one has dropped, probably not dropped 5, just 5 that's lower than 2. Yeah, I'm just going to call it drop 5. I don't really care. Anyway, hope this helps you with your pre-decimal coin collecting. And just remember, stay tuned every Sunday. I'm going to do a video about a pre-decimal coin. Anyway, thank you very much. And before you go, let's have a 26. Does it have a drop 6? No, it looks like the 6 is lined up with the actual 2. This one, that one as well. What one is this? 1928. Well, it looks like the 8 is slightly below. So, I think the person who actually put the dice in these coins is probably a little bit drunk. Thank you. Don't do math.